April 23rd, 2020 Planning Commission meeting of Trinity County. To begin with, Commissioner Stewart, are you back on the line with us?
Yes, I am.
And Commissioner McHugh, are you on the line with us?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Now we will go back to item number 3 on the agenda. Remember, those of you on the phone, please keep your phone muted if you're not talking. Director Hunter, would you like to go over anything again, or would you like me to open this to public comment?
Yes, I would like to clarify what I was trying to say previously. We're having some static is regarding the special privilege associated with variances. So what I was trying to say is if this variance was granted to ACP, then that would be considered a special privilege unless applied to others. And so thus it would basically invalidate the criteria and the requirements of the code section, as it just creates a precedence, a very dangerous precedence of not following the code. Well, we do hope in the future, once our environmental impact report is certified and we can amend ordinances, that there may be a better process. In the meantime, we do need to stick to the criteria and the requirements that are codified and in place right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that, we will open public comment on agenda item number 3.
I just want to note that the applicant is present.
Okay. Would the applicant like to step to the podium and speak?
Yes.
Now? Okay. You're welcome to.
Thank you, sir. First and foremost, thank you, Ms. Hunter. I wanted to ask if the Planning Committee actually received the exhibit sent from us on Monday within the proper allotted time. It was sent to Dr. Richard Coons, it was sent to Director Kim Hunter, and it was also sent to Ms. Carol Roberson. And I was wondering if you guys actually received that document as an exhibit for this discussion today.
I didn't receive the item. It may be in my, maybe missed in my email, but
Well, from there.
It's basically what my speech is based off of, so you'd be able
Well,
to
you
follow along with
can
me.
hand it to staff, and then.
Okay. So we did have them available. Unfortunately, they weren't given to you.
Okay. Well, we will. Okay, you're going to go over this as you
Yes,
are
sir.
well aware. We can't hand a copy of this to Commissioners McHugh or Stewart, so you'll.
Correct. We do have the ability, sir, to put it in their mailboxes at the local office. Or send it by email if that's possible as well,
yes.
since everyone else has already received.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying you can, if you are going to go over this, that's fine, but we have no other way of giving this to them tonight.
I understand completely. Yes, sir. So, thank you for giving me the chance to speak to you tonight on behalf of American Cannabis Partners. First, let me say that we at ACP appreciate Hayfork and Trinity County for the business and personal relationships we've made over the past year. It is rewarding, after months of deliberation, both corporate and personal reasons, to have placed ACP in Trinity County for our corporate headquarters. We daily take on our civic responsibilities to raise our families along your families, to support local businesses, to volunteer in community programs, and to share the same challenges together. Over the past couple of months, our board of directors and legal counsel have put tremendous amounts of thought into our applications. It follows that we are most disappointed that the Trinity County Planning Department denied our first variance application. To be frank and candid, on a personal level, I do not consume cannabis in any form. I and our experts observe, and many studies show, repetitive scientific evidence regarding the benefits of cannabis for medicinal use. The healthcare benefits far outweigh the recreational, and that is one of the main purposes we are in this business. ACP has multiple experts, including doctors, affiliated specifically for this purpose. With that being said, this county has an opportunity. And the only way for us to succeed is to square up and face the facts of reality. Timber and mining in Trinity County are gone. There is no expectation of timber and mining industries or opportunities coming back in the near future. I am from Savannah, Georgia, a tourism-dependent city. Trinity tourism is essentially non-existent, other than the occasional visitors for our natural beauty. There are no theme parks, no world wonders, no retail hotspots, no commercial staples. There is no income generation that can get Trinity County to the revenues that this general law county needs for essential services such as first responders, hospitals, schools, or the infrastructures needed for Trinity to catch up to the surrounding counties like Humboldt. It has been proven year after year that bonds and grants are not the answer. And in the current environment, bonds and grants may not even be available. Fact is Trinity County is the second poorest county in California by median household income of $36,000. How sad is that reality when there's so much opportunity in front of us? Cannabis has been in California and Trinity County for decades, and the general law of California is in place to make sure cannabis as a business in California will not go away. Other contiguous counties, like Humboldt, have taken advantage of the tax revenues, fees, and licensing from cannabis. Why are you, as the county officials, waiting to bring resisting legal cannabis revenues to Trinity County? Currently, Trinity County is overrun with illegal operations, confusing ordinances, transparent political agendas, and publicly reported allegations of corruption, all in the administration and oversight of cannabis. ACP is different. We have executed our cannabis operations correctly. We at ACP have followed every law, believe in law and order, advocate tirelessly for what is right, invested millions of dollars in legal investments, and have a strategic business plan to bring $20 million plus of revenue into our base of corporate operations over the next 3 years. With such revenues, we support, and I say this as clearly as I can, we support paying a cannabis tax to build Trinity County's coffers and support a ripple growth effect throughout and benefit Trinity's economic system. We interpreted the Planning Board's rejection of our variance application as a message to take our tax dollars and community imperative to a neighboring county. We hope you did not mean that and do not intend to endorse that. To end on a high note, our bottom line is clear: legal commercialization. We are willing to help lead the way as both corporate and operations examples in this legal cannabis industry. We are already supporting Trinity County financially without regret, and with our compliance, we feel our application should be approved today by this commission. Our board and our investors have certain expectations, are sophisticated and not naive. If the planning department's message is expand legal cannabis operations anywhere but in Trinity County, then they have instructed ACP management and operations to minimize our activity and our footprint in Trinity, and limit our Trinity County operation to its only current location. ACP's board and investors have said that if we are not welcome, then we will focus on another willing county that wants to play ball and wants our business. I stand before you advocating for your support of our immediate future investment into and collective community commitment to Trinity and rely on this expansion. Given the comments by Ms. Hunter, respectfully, we do not agree with her comments, and we also feel that the comments given in the exhibit by us, as well as her own staff report, that the statements made tonight were not made in full on that document. Our property, currently as it sits, is fully licensed. We have filed in every way compliant possible. We did not have the first seed of cannabis on our property until we had both the county and state license in hand. We have spent a lot of time and effort into this county and would like to be reciprocated by allowing us to open operations at a larger scale in which we can and bring an economic boost to this county, which no one in this government has been able to do. With that, I yield my time.
Great. Okay. We will open to public comment. We're still in public comment for agenda item number 3.
Yes, I would like to make a public comment. Ilya Makarov from Witherville. I didn't want to interrupt the gentleman, but I don't think anybody over the phone heard anything, and I would like to have maybe the gentleman can distribute the printing copy of his speech for public to understand better. Thank you.
Thank you.
We can be sure to get that posted online tomorrow.
Okay. Anyone else want to comment on
Yes.
agenda? Yes, go ahead.
Hello, to Kelly Alves, Douglas City. I think that the staff and the commission and the board of supervisors has worked very hard to create the ordinances that we currently have and the rules that we have that are based on cumulative and effects for all. And I would like to state that I think you should uphold the staff's decision because they are the ones that have collected all the information, and this is going outside of what we have spent the last 3 years working towards and working on. While I encourage a corporation as they plan, to come and be part of the industry here, that also these rules have been in place for a while. It wasn't that you come in, they're coming in now and are trying to help create them. This is what's been here, and so we ask that they have help by participating in what we have already set up as a community, and we wish them success with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to comment also.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I would like to support a lot of what Victoria Albius has said. I think this is the granting of a special privilege, and for those of us who've been in this program for the entirety of its existence, and for those of us who helped develop the program from its inception, I think this is an abrogation against the will of the county, and should continue to follow the recommendations of the planning department. I agree strongly with their recommendations, and please vote to continue to deny this request. This would throw the entire ordinance in the ditch and leave all of the people who've been participating in this census inspection hanging. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Also, I've been trying to call in since about 5 minutes before this meeting began, and only just now was able to get through, so this type of meeting is not necessarily the best way of dealing with really complicated scenarios, although I don't believe this is one of those. I think this is a relatively simple scenario. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Dave Alves. I would like to speak.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I want to echo the last two speakers. I believe that the county has put forth a huge amount of effort to both take into account non-growers, growers, ecological concerns, and as a business major in college, I knew to do a business plan and would not have thought anywhere near buying 23 acres when it's obvious 50 acres was required for just one license, not 3. It seems to me that this company is just trying to rein on a small government to, get their way, and that will probably be what would be the rest of the tenure here would be them trying to dominate. But all said, we have the ordinances and the laws in place, and they need to be adhered to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
This is Justin Hawkins from Haypark.
Go ahead.
Hi. Well, I just wanted to, support almost everybody I just heard speak and agree that we should support the staff recommendation to deny the appeal. To be honest with you, having been there since the inception of our program, this seems like a clear attempt to kind of change the rules, if you will. And while I think I heard, and it was really hard to hear the speaker just now, the first public comment, the applicant, I think you heard something about like the opinion that we wouldn't be playing ball if we didn't agree with them. And I got to tell you, like that couldn't anything be further from the truth. And I think what's going on is we're having corporate interests show up here that are wanting to change the rules now. And in fact, if I recall correctly, in January, this company gave a presentation to the Board of Supervisors and where they basically tried to buy off the supervisors to change the rules. And so I ask you, please go ahead and support the denial of this request. It's clearly outside the bounds of our ordinance and what everyone's worked so hard for. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, hearing none, we will bring item 3 back to the commission.
This is Commissioner Stewart.
Yes.
I am not in favor of granting their appeal. I strongly feel that this appeal should be denied. We have, as everybody else has said, we have rules and regulations in place. It's one thing to grant a variance based on a 350-foot setback. It's another thing to completely change some ordinances that we thought about for a long time and made thinking that they were the best for Trinity County. I don't like the idea of 3 acres on 23 out of 23. We clearly said that the largest groves had to be on 50 acres. And it would be a grant of special privilege, and it would be a precedent that we should not set. Thank you.
Would you like to put that in the form of a motion?
Sure, I'm happy to do that.
I would like, I'm sorry.
Okay, Commissioner Horde also would like
Yes,
to speak.
I'd like to make a comment if I would, please. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. I do appreciate the investment that ACP desires to make to Trinity County. However, I do support Director Hunter's discretion based on established ordinances and methodologies. And there's one more point I would like to make, that despite agreeing with the Director's decision to deny the application, I do not agree that one of them should be based on not having submitted a project application. In the past, the Commission has reviewed variances without applications, and I do not believe that there is anything injurious about this. It is a tool that the applicant can use to explore the feasibility of a project application. Furthermore, after reviewing Section 31 of the zoning ordinances, I see nothing that requires that a project application shall supersede or be a requirement for the application of a variance. So I do encourage the Commission and staff to allow variances to come forward, if all else, as a feasibility tool for an applicant to see if they can move forward a project or not. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else from the Commission? Nothing? Okay. Any motions?
This is Commissioner Stewart. I will move that we deny the appeal by American Cannabis Partners. Do I need to say anything else?
I think that's sufficient. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
A motion and a second.
Commissioner Ward,
Aye.
Commissioner McHugh, how do you vote?
Aye.
Chair Frazier, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Stewart, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Commissioner Matthews, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay. We will move on to item number 4. Staff?
Kim Hunter, Building and Planning Director again. This item, a memorandum, a second memorandum, actually this one might have been the first in this case. A memorandum went out on April 22nd. And then again,
Okay, we have people on the phone, so need to mute again.
okay. Yes, this is agenda item 4. This is Kim Hunter giving the presentation. There were 2 memos. One went out on April 22nd with comments, and then a memo went out and is posted online. That went out this afternoon. Staff does recommend continuation of this item as well to the May 14th, 2020 meeting. We received numerous comments and concerns of the public not being able to be present for this item. So staff recommends that the Planning Commission take the following actions. 1, open the public hearing, and 2, close the public hearing and make a motion to continue agenda item, it says 2 in the memo, but it should be 4, to the May 4th meeting, May 14th, 2020 meeting. I apologize.
Thank you. Do we have an applicant? Do we have an applicant in the room for this item, or an agent?
Hello, there's no applicant in the room. She's probably on the phone.
Yes. Hello?
Here she is.
Okay, so do we have an agent or an applicant on the phone? Go ahead.
Applicant on the phone.
Okay. Go ahead.
Good evening. I don't know if you hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good evening. My name is Dino Velovic. I'm the applicant for the license number 618. First, I hope everyone is doing very good and staying healthy during this pandemic. I am on the favor of continuing item number 4 until May 14th. I just wanted to tell you that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Would anyone on the phone like to comment on the continuance of item number 4?
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Mish Ivanov. I'm an agent for Dino Brenovic, and we would like to continue the public hearing also until May 14 meeting, because the meeting, this teleconferencing is very difficult to hear and understand what everybody is saying, and we support the planning department's recommendation to continue the whole meeting until May 14. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, this is Justin Hawkins from Hayport.
Yes, sir.
I'd also like to urge the commissioners to support a continuance on this item. This is a very complex item, and I think that these aren't really public hearings we're having right now, so it would be best if we could wait till we could all meet in public. That would be, I think, the most appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else on the phone? Okay, bringing it back to the commission. Commissioners?
I'll make a motion to continue this item to the May 14th meeting of the Planning Commission.
I will second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Richard Hord, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mike McHugh? Commissioner McHugh?
I vote aye. McHugh votes aye.
Chair Frazier?
Aye.
Commissioner Stewart? Commissioner Stewart?
Aye. Sorry, Commissioner Stewart votes aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. All right, moving on to item number 5. Staff?
This is Associate Planner Bella Hedke. At the request of the consultant, staff now recommends that this item be continued to the May 14th Planning Commission meeting. The memo you received said undetermined date, but we've decided on May 14th. And because this item was publicly noticed, we recommend that you conduct a public hearing, close the public hearing, and then continue the item to May 14th.
Thank you.
And the consultant and applicant is in the room tonight.
All right, would the consultant or the applicant like to speak at this time about the continuation?
Good evening, Lisa Wright with Flora. We support the continuation to allow time for some factual information to be presented in response to the allegations submitted by the neighbor that we believe are unfounded. So I support the continuation. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we will open item number 5 up to public comment on the continuation to May 14th. Anyone care to comment? Hearing none, we'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioners?
Let me see if there are any other public comments in the room, possibly.
Anyone in the room who would like to public comment on this item? Seeing none there either. Commission?
I make a motion, this is Commissioner Hord, I make a motion to uphold staff's recommendation to continue agenda item number 5 to the May 14th meeting of the Planning Commission.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Commissioner Hord, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner McHugh?
Aye.
Chair Frazier?
Aye.
Commissioner Stewart?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. All right, we will move on to item number 6.
Again, this is Associate Planner Bella Hedke. This is an initial annual commercial cannabis variance request for a property that is located at 159 Rose Lane in Hayfork. The applicant is requesting a reduction of the residential setback from 350 feet to 125 feet from the parcel identified as APN 017-430-3300. Staff received one concerned public comment regarding this project from a residence that is located outside of the 350-foot setback. Staff was able to research their questions, provide answers that seem to remedy most, or if not all, of their concerns. Additionally, the applicant has agreed to reduce their designated area in order to meet the 350-foot setback from an additional residence, which also reduces the distance from the concerned neighbor. With the addition of conditions number 6 and number 7, staff was able to justify all required findings and recommend approval. The applicant's consultant, Deborah Riesling, is here to answer any site-specific questions that you may have.
Okay, we will start with The consultant?
Hi there. I'm Deborah Risling, and I'm just here to answer any questions or accept any comments that you have to offer.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for the consultant?
I do not.
Commissioner McHugh, do you have any questions for the consultant?
No, I do not.
All right, thank you. I think
Are we good?
we're good.
Okay.
That will open up the public comment on agenda item number 6. Would anyone on the phone like to comment on agenda item number 6? All right, hearing none, we'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioners, questions, comments?
Yes, Commissioner Frazier, or Chair Frazier, if I may. I'm encouraged to see that the applicant has moved forward in facilitating conversation and moving their garden to allow one setback. And I like the fact that it seems like all the concerns from Charlie Mark Gamlin has been addressed or mitigated at the moment. I do support moving forward with this variance. Thank you.
Any other?
Commissioner Stewart, yes, I agree. I applaud the applicant for making some positive moves, and I agree that we should be moving forward with it.
Okay. Would anyone be interested in making that as a motion?
I will do so. I move that we approve the commercial cannabis variant CCV-20-01 to reduce the cultivation site setback in Trinity County Code 17.43.050.8.8 from 350 feet to 125 feet from the residence located on APN 017-430-33-00, subject to the findings of fact and conditions as stated in the staff report.
We have a motion.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second.
Commissioner Ward, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner McHugh?
You vote aye.
Chair Frazier?
Aye.
Commissioner Stewart?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay, moving on. Planning Commissioner reports. Any matters from the commission?
Chair Frazier, if I may, needless to say, tonight was somewhat frustrating, and with the agenda items that have been continued, they seem very much in the need to have open public comment and regular meetings being conducted to fully address people's concern, not only from the applicant, but from the community at large. And I really don't feel that the current medium that we're using is gonna handle these appropriately. I really hope that by the May 14th meeting, we are able to conduct full meetings, regular meetings like we normally do. And if that is not the case, I would not be opposed to postponing them even further, maybe perhaps a special meeting at the end of May until we are able to meet like we normally do. That's just a suggestion.
Any other concerns or from Planning Commission comments?
Yeah, this is with you.
Yes, sir.
I would concur with Commissioner Ford. I think these teleconferences are absurd and in terms of the ability both for the public and the commission and staff to participate. We need a better solution to this. I'm very skeptical that we will be back in normal mode by May 14th, given what we're reading in the media about how fast things are going to open up. It's possible we may have to have a meeting at the Veterans Hall with 6-foot social distancing or some other solution, but it's very unlikely we're going to be able to fill the library conference room with people who want to comment on these controversial items by May 14th. Just thought on that. A second point I would like to make, a question for Kim. We have had input multiple times from the podium. In fact, in the minutes we reviewed tonight was Matt Natasha commenting on the gravel pit in Junction City operating out of compliance with the use permit. We heard this time and again. I'm just wondering if there's any progress on that one. If we received any direct communication from anyone involved to see if there could be progress towards the issue that is brought to the commission time and again.
Commissioner McHugh, I was having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Was this regarding, you said Junction City, and this was which?
The Smith
The
Pit.
Smith
Smith Pit,
mining
okay,
pit.
I thought so. Yes, we continue to get comments from the public about noise complaints, traffic complaints, and I have spoke with the operator and owner, Judd Buick, several times. He feels that corrections have been made to the issues that were causing concern and, well, many comments and ongoing frustration with the nearby community, including Junction City Elementary School as well. And so this is another item that should it be placed on the agenda, that definitely need to wait until we have a public meeting. So there is things happening on our end, working with the operator and the community, but at this point, it'll have to wait for a meeting with the public. Commissioner McHugh, does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you for the update. I mean, the commission is not in the enforcement business. I realize that belongs elsewhere, but I appreciate getting an update because you'll hear about it periodically.
Yes, I'll report on that in the future.
Anything from the commission? All right. From staff, anything special?
Yes, when I failed to introduce our new Deputy Director, Lisa Lozier, during public comment. I apologize for that. And so yes, we have Lisa on board, 16 years with Shasta County, 3 years with the city, a small city in Arizona, city of Holbrook, town of Holbrook. City of Holbrook. Okay. We're very pleased to have her on board. Lisa and Bella will be focusing on planning, the planning program, development projects, lot line adjustments, conditional use permits, parcel maps, getting caught up in the planning projects, and I will be focusing on department management as a department head of the environmental health, building and planning, and cannabis divisions, more environmental type issues, and cannabis. I'll be overseeing cannabis, and we have been short-staffed. We're starting to fill positions again. I'm very excited about that. There's been some holds put on the cannabis program, and all around inspections are being put on hold right now for cannabis sites. We hope to resume those in May, but also, very carefully as staff comes on board and looking out for the safety of our crew with being out in the field and COVID-19. So lots going on. It's exciting. I'm very pleased to have Lisa here.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And that's it.
Okay, with that, we will be adjourned at 8:23.
Thank you, Commissioner Stewart.
I muted this.
can breathe.